lot of this stuff you say, it just seems like it's in a vacuum. It's like it's all on this side. Israel's bad, Palestinians not so bad. I see stabbings of innocent men, women, and children, old people, unprovoked. Why? I think one reason why you're seeing such a large percentage of people that are, you know, that chart that you just had up there, 85%, I think it's because the constant pressure of being attacked and attacked and attacked, it drives people to being, well, what am I going to do to protect myself?
I think, if I understood your question correctly, you're saying that the reason for all this racist hatred that we see emanating from Israeli society is because
not all
they
of it,
feel,
but a lot of it.
okay, the reason for some of the racism emanating from Israeli society is because they feel that they are under attack from people who want to see them harm. And so it evokes in them a fear response, which turns into fear of the other, turns into hatred of the other. And I mean, I'm certain that is a factor. Of course it can't not be, you know. I mean, I don't also think it's unprovoked. I think the settler colonialism of the last 67 years, you know, people living in the open-air prison of Gaza, people living their entire lives under occupation in the West Bank from day one for the last all these years. I think that's a provocation. But certainly for Israeli Jews to fear that there are, I'm just going to finish.
Why was that the 67 war?
No.
Excuse me,
We have
let him
been
finish his comment.
I'm going to finish my comment. So yes, I can understand why people who see reports of attacks going on around the country would feel fear. Okay. However, if we look at the last 10 years, since the ending of the Second Intifada until the beginning of whatever we're looking at now, the numbers of deaths of Jewish people, Jewish Israeli people, by attacks by Palestinian militants, terrorists, whatever you want to call them, has been very, very small compared to what it was and what it is. So all those years when there were almost no attacks going on, did we see at that point a reduction in fear? Because if that's true, fear emanates from attacks on them, then by corollary is that their fear should go down when there's fewer attacks on them. But what we see is that that did not happen. In the last 10 years, we see ramping up of racist ideas in Israeli society, a ramping up of incitement from top political, religious, cultural figures in Israeli society. So I think there's something else at work here in addition to what you've expressed. I think there's other reasons, and I think I've explained some of them.